We're being recorded, David. We're being recorded.
Oh, I am.
You, I'm just kidding.
In your experiences, which is a lot up here, what would you tell a person wanting to move to the DR to give them a peace of mind? And I understand that the common sense part and what they sensationalism you see on the TV a lot. What would you tell them with your experiences, and keeping it short and sweet, to move here with a peace of mind? I don't know if I'm wording that correctly, because a lot of people want to know, and you do hear about the safety concerns. You see the sensationalism you see on TV. But what would you tell somebody that's like, I want to move to the DR, but I'm not sure just yet?
I would say stay a couple of weeks. I may be. I'm gonna. I kind of prefer out in the U.S. You can walk into a local Walmart, and there's a chance that a mass shooter is walking in there and shooting up the Walmart. Well, in Latin America, the crimes are typically targeted. And what I mean by that is it's typically gang related. Like if you see somebody get killed, it's typically because they're narco, they're in a gang or whatever like that. But if you're minding your business, keeping a low profile, keeping your ego in check, you're gonna be good. I haven't had no issues. No issues.
I would suggest, as a foreigner, to still move in a gated community. Although I'm the bad example, I didn't do that, but I would do that because it will give you peace of mind. All these places in general, in all these beach areas, are gated. You can all sleep in the garden, you feel comfortable there. And just like I said, don't get too close to the staff, and be nice and kind, but don't let them into your home because you might take out your wallet and put the money somewhere, and they always see everything. So just keep your distance, be kind, buy in a gated community. That's what I would do or suggest. And a little thing about Sosua, I can't not say it. Sosua and prostitution is 300 yards in one street. If you don't want to be there, don't go there. There is so much more in that area. Sosua Cabarete is like one thing. It has two names, but they're 8 minutes apart. So if I like to go and party with my girlfriends, I just drive 8 minutes with my car, and I go and have dinner on the beach in Cabarete. And if you don't want to see the prostitution scene, which prostitution is the oldest profession in the world, everybody does it. I'm not going to say everybody does it, but I'm going to say in every country it exists. It's not that in other places in the world there's no prostitution. In Sosua in particular, I think Stephen can acknowledge it, they're working on it to get it out of the eye of the tourism. So it's a work in process, and safety, think about a gated community.
Yeah, as soon as she said everybody does it, I bet everybody wants residency now, doesn't it? Now everybody wants to move here. I saw that. But you can do what we're doing here. You can speak to people who know, who've been living in the country for decades, run businesses here.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're in a gated community, you're going to be okay. If you're not a wild child, you're going to be okay.
Ava wanted to say something?
Well, just seconding what they have mentioned, surround yourself with trustworthy people who have experience in the country, who have already gone through the entire process of the learning curve that you can, tap into and ask for guidance and direction. And if you have any questions during the process, then they can assist you or at least guide you in the right direction.
And this is kind of what we wanted to create here, like a community. We want to create a forum where people could come, learn about the country, ask their questions, air out their concerns. That's kind of part of the reason why we hold these conferences. And this is the reason why we talk about matters like this. because it's something that you need to address the elephant in the room, you know? So if we come over here and we don't talk about the things that have been, you know, resonating, then you're gonna leave thinking, well, that was just a sales pitch, and that's not what this is. You know, we're trying to bring you a plan B, and that means talk about everything and give you guidance as to how to navigate life here, okay? So, you want to say something?
One of the, he brought up the thing about mass shooters and all that in the States. Well, you guys probably know this. There's a lot of research coming out that every single one of those shooters that's a young person, a young white guy, is on SSRIs. So, you know, those, what do you call it, serotonin uptake inhibitors. And every one of those kids start when they're 5, 6 years old at school. The teachers and psychologists, you know, they hand those things out. Nobody's on that stuff here. Parents don't even know that stuff exists. Maybe in the bubble area where you got really high-end, wealthy people that go to the Miami shopping all the time, their kids might be exposed to that stuff in the real high-end private schools. But the kids down here are normal, like when I was a kid. You know, they actually play with each other and they beat each other up because you need a little, you know, hustling and wrestling around when you're a kid. You need that. It's not a sterile. Take your kid away from everything society, and that's what's the, you know, that's the trigger for all that stuff. They're finding that out now. You're probably reading about that, but they don't pass out drugs here. They don't send kids to psychiatrists if he's looking out the window in school. Like, what? Hey, what's that disease he's got? You know, I mean, it's not happening. You know, so that's why I say I call it the lag time effect. It's like maybe 20 years behind. That's good. That's a really good thing.